All right, twin force fusion. And for those who follow me, know I always come back with the data sheets after I come from a dyno. I have some good and some bad news at the same time. Basically, the good news is a lot more power will be available, especially on top. And the reason is I didn't have a lot more, especially on the last 300 or 400 RPMs. It's because there was a serious um, fuel efficiency delivery. Now, Tori asked me to add the low pressure channels, fuel channels, something like that, fuel, uh, to find out if it's the issue is from the low or in the eye. So if it's in the low, that means I will have probably to change my intact fuel pump. And if it's the low, it's okay. That means I will have to upgrade my HP 35 pump. So right now, I don't know. I will have to add those channels. Now, on the left side, I have the untouched sheet of my best pass. The middle one is between the MKZ and my last pass, the best one. And I'm just going to move to the right. I'm going to blow up even more. So you can see the gains from MKZ versus, correction, the CRP versus the MKZs. I'm going to start with the torque on the bottom here. Back then, if you remember, it was a 468 torque, and this pass was 5. Let me double check here, 535.6, and another pass I made 540. You could clearly see the gains. It's quite impressive, and just to give you a point of reference, every square is 40. So if you look here, you have a good 80 pounds of torque gain. I think the best was 79. If I looked at from a dyno sheet to another sheet. So you're looking at solids 60, 50, 60, 65, 70 torque all across. And towards the end, it taper off, and I'll explain more once we go see the horsepower. Now on top here, the top watt, this is the wheel horsepower with the MKZ, and this is the wheel CRP with the unleashed tuning. So basically the big difference is I have unleashed tuning, and the dotted one is with the LMS version 7. I had the version 7 for those who didn't know. I don't know how many who has a version 7, but they made a little tweaks because I had the MKZ turbos with the LMS. So the wheel peak to peak was a gain of, I think, 49, could be 48, but in the neighborhood of that, all wheel horsepower on the MD250 type. And peak versus peak is not that much. It was 501 here, and here is 492. But the reason is, if you look at the MKZ, it climbed all the way to 6, and this one here, it tapered off. And this is where the tuning came in play. They saw the was lack of fuel, and they closed off the throttle body to protect the engine. So the tune did what he had to do. But now what I need to do is find out exactly where is my fuel starvation. Once that's fixed, so technically this would climb at the same rate or even more. So technically, let's say I would probably be 560, say 560 horse in the engine, maybe 420 wheel. So I would like to get that answer pretty quick so I could fix a problem, and then I will have to decide which fuel pump I need to get. I know I have a DW265 with me. Is that enough? We saw the fuel Comparo rates a while back when I did the video, and again, thank you, Patrick, to provide that info between the Denso stock versus the DW265. But my decision is there, will I jump straight to the 340, or some people say go with the Hellcat 550. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. I'll wait until Tori tells me. In a way, I hope it's just an in-tank fuel pump, because at the end of the day, it's going to be cheaper to do that, but it involves more work. If it's just the external fuel pump, it's easier, but it's a lot more money because I will have to go, instead of the HP 35, the HP Evo or the HP 85. I'm not sure exactly what they are. So here are the results. You could clearly see there's gains, very juicy torque gains. If you look here from about 30, let's put at 3,400 RPMs to, well, technically would be to a red line. Very juicy torque gains. And I'm glad that I regained, because for those who remember, I had the MKZ versus the OEMs. And the OEM, the torque would be here, but then it would, so I regained what I lost from the OEM, which is good under the curve. So anyway, tomorrow I'm planning to call another, a new all-wheel drive location that's here in Ottawa, but it's a Dyno jet. So I would like to make an appointment with them and see if I could go the next week or two. But I would seriously want to make sure I had those low pressure fuel channels on my scanner, VCM scanner, so Tori could know what the hell's happening. Again, we'll see. More to come on that. And on that note, take care, and I hope you enjoyed the video on the dyno. Take care, bye.